What is up, guys? Beto here, coming at you guys with another RWBY theory. This one pertaining to former Team Juniper member Ren and his possible journey of revenge. No, not on that Sasuke shit, but still nevertheless a journey of revenge / justice to avenge his family. Since Ren does not really seem like the type of person to fight strictly for revenge, but instead fight to protect people and try to prevent the tragedy that befell him and his town from happening again to someone else. However, he clearly has his moments of frustration, which tells us that he does take things personal at times, so we can't completely rule out revenge for him. Now, before I begin the theory, I think I need to mention how I personally perceive the character of Ren, trait-wise. And I will tell you, I see Ren as a very soft-spoken, level-headed man that tends to keep things to himself most of the time. So the fact that Ren kept the secret that he came from a wealthy family and that he lived in the town of Oniyuri does not really surprise me. However, what does surprise me is the fact that he kept that a secret from Nora too. I previously had thought that Nora and Ren grew up in the same place, since they pretty much seem to be attached to the hip throughout the series. Hell, we even have Boop.
Never knew a time when you weren't by my side. The one thing I could always count on.
But based on the information we received in episode 6, that is clearly not the case. So this leads me to believe that Ren actually meets Nora shortly after the Bandits and the Grimm massacre the people of Oniyuri. Ren, as a child, I'm tempted to say about 7 or so years old, travels with a group of remaining survivors to a nearby town or village, only to find that the same group of bandits had also attacked the place. And that is where he meets a young Nora who had just recently experienced the same tragedy Ren went through, the loss of her parents. Now, who could have done these malicious acts, you may ask? Well, just Raven's tribe of bandits, that too. What leads me to believe this is episode 4. When Crow meets Raven, he mentions that Raven's tribe was the one who left Shion in shambles. Raven then states that
The weak die, the strong live. Those are the rules.
So this confirms that they were indeed the ones responsible. Now, what makes me link Raven's tribe with the one that attacked Ren and Nora's respective hometowns is the scene in episode 3 when Ren and Nora noticed a symbol on the grounds of Shion. Ren and Nora give each other a shared look of acknowledgement. That tells us that this symbol belongs to the same group of bandits that killed Ren and Nora's parents all those years ago. Now, I'm going to take this a step further and say that a lieutenant or division commander in Raven's tribe was personally the one who killed Ren's parents and caused a massacre in Oniyuri all those years ago. And what leads me to believe this is the dialogue that was spoken by Ren in episode 6 when he responds with,
"Not just anyone,"
when John had said,
"The Grimm."
So it is a specific individual in particular that Ren remembers destroying Oniyuri when he was a kid. Now, Ren did say this after John said the Grimm, so this could also mean he was talking about a specific Grimm in particular, or something he thought was a Grimm. Now let's go back to the conversation with Raven. Crow states,
Well, you've certainly got someone strong on your side. I've seen the damage.
Raven then responds with,
We couldn't have known the Grimm would set in as quickly as they did.
and Crow follows up with,
I'm not talking about the Grimm. And I'm not talking about you either.
so this is obviously a reference to one of the members of Raven's tribe of bandits when he was talking to Raven about the damage done to Shion, which tells us that the individual in question was the one who personally went and pillaged Shion. And I do believe that this person was also the one who raided the town of Oniyuri long ago. But now, the question we have to ask ourselves is, who or what is this person? We somewhat know the who, a lieutenant / commander in Raven's tribe, who is a very skilled and powerful fighter. But we, however, do not know the what. Is it possible that this person is not human or even a faunus, but actually be a Grimm that has greatly evolved into a human-like appearance? I had previously talked about the possibility of such a Grimm existing in a past 2 Guys 1 Fandom RWBY video I made with Gore627, but right now I'll give you guys the basic points of the theory. First off, the Grimm are known to kill humans for no apparent reason other than to just kill them. But what if that's not true? What if the Grimm actually kill people in order to consume their souls, so they can grow more powerful? Now, what makes me believe this to be true is that scene in the Volume 4 intro, where we see a sphere that contains all the colors that represent Team RWBY: red, white, black, and yellow. But to me, it seemed to not only represent the characters, but also their souls. And at the moment the Grimm just came down to chomp down on the sphere, it made me think, can Grimm eat a person's soul? And then I was reminded of a similar concept to this, which was in Bleach, with the Hollows. And if they killed enough people, or even each other, then they would be able to descend into an Arankar, and that leaves them appearing in a more human-like form. And yes, I know that there are plenty of other animes that do a similar thing. Bleach was just the first to come to mind. So with that out of the way, I think a similar system is in place in the RWBY universe, where the Grimm grow stronger with time by killing more and more people, consuming their victims' souls. and once a Grimm reaches a certain point, then they will ascend into a human-like form and be what I personally like to call an elite Grimm. Now, why would this elite Grimm be a member of Raven's tribe of bandits, you may ask? Well, there's actually quite a number of reasons that could explain why this would be the case. Let me give you 3 off the top of my head. One could be that Raven and her tribe ran into the elite Grimm over 13 years ago, and he had thought that it would be another easy killing for him, just like it had always been, but on that day he was defeated by Raven, and also had his life spared because Raven saw a lot of potential in the elite, and thought he would make a fine addition to the tribe. So the elite and Raven came to an agreement that was, as long as Raven remains the stronger of the two, then the elite will follow her orders and remain loyal. The second could be that the elite Grimm just enjoys being in the tribe, because it's an excellent environment for Grimm. You can cause all the mayhem you want and kill people without anyone batting an eye. The rule of the weak die and the strong live is the philosophy that the tribe follow after all. And the third, most likely reason is that the elite Grimm is a spy working for Salem, and this would make a lot of sense because it would explain why Salem knows the whereabouts of the Spring Maiden, because as we know, Raven does know that information but refused to tell Crow. So the elite Grimm, being someone in Raven's inner circle, would know the location of the Spring Maiden as well and be able to pass on this info to Salem. So Salem would be able to send Tyrion to hunt the Spring Maiden like they had originally intended. Now, even if the lieutenant/commander in Raven's tribe does not end up being a humanoid Grimm, that still does not change the fact that I believe this individual is the person responsible for the deaths of Ren's parents. So I think we'll be seeing a fight between this individual and a Ren-Nora duo in the future. Maybe not this volume, but definitely later. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys right now on this theory. Comment down below what you guys think of my theory. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are some of your own theories/predictions you have for the future RWBY? And look forward to another theory video I have in store for you guys concerning my man Crow and a special person he will meet soon in the remaining episodes of Volume 4. So yeah, rate the video, share it around, and feel free to subscribe to this channel if you guys are new. I would really appreciate it. And as always, people, stay gold!